Known as the heart of the Indian subcontinent, due to its geographical location, Madhya Pradesh is the second largest state in the country. The history of Madhya Pradesh dates back to 322 BCE, when Chandragupta Maurya had established the Mauryan Empire by uniting northern India. When Ashoka became king, the Mauryan Empire was brought under firmer control. With Ashoka as king, the empire flourished greatly. During one of his travels, at the age of 18, Ashoka met Devi, the daughter of a merchant from Vidisha. Her compassionate nature attracted Ashoka so much that he fell in love with her and got married to her. Known as a ruthless and cruel monarch, Ashoka had undergone a massive change of heart after a gruesome experience at the Battle of Kalinga. After the war, Ashoka embraced Buddhism and dedicated his whole life towards disseminating the ideals of Buddhism. His family, including Devi, his daughter Sanghamitra, and his son Mahendra, joined Ashoka in preaching the tenets of Buddhism. Sanghamitra not only established Buddhism in Sri Lanka, but she also helped in the spread of Buddhism in Burma, Thailand, and China. All his life, Ashoka preached ahimsa or non-violence. He built thousands of stupas and viharas for the Buddhist followers. One of his stupas, the Sanchi Stupa, has been declared as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. After Ashoka's death, the empire didn't last long. The vastness of the Mauryan Empire, along with internal revolt amongst the people and the inability of the successors to rule, eventually led to a downfall of the empire. The Mauryan Empire was replaced by the Shunga dynasty, with Pushyamitra Shunga in power. He had seized the throne by assassinating the last Mauryan ruler, Brihadratha Maurya. It is said that although Pushyamitra opposed the Buddhists, Buddhism flourished in many areas under his control. While cities like Ujjain, Mathura, Saket, Sanchi, and Kapilvastu served as major centers, Pataliputra remained the capital of the empire. After Pushyamitra, his son Agnimitra took over as king. He was then succeeded by his son Bhagbhadra, who also held court at Vidisha, or modern Besnagar. The Gupta Empire ruled the region from 4th to the 5th century. Constant attacks from enemies finally brought about a collapse of the Gupta Empire and led to the change in the rule. Somewhere between the late 7th to the 10th century, the South Indian Rashtrakoot dynasty is said to have ruled from Manpur in Malwa region of modern Madhya Pradesh. The medieval period also saw the rise of Parmars and the Chandelas, which were eventually taken over by the Chalukya Empire. This period also saw the emergence of several small Gond kingdoms in regions like Gondwana and Mahakaushal. Between the 12th to the 13th century, the Turkic Delhi Sultanate took over North Madhya Pradesh. By the end of the 14th century, after the collapse of the Delhi Sultanate, numerous independent kingdoms like the Tomar Rajput Kingdom of Gwalior and the Muslim Sultanate of Malwa re-emerged. The Second Battle of Panipat of 1556 announced the victory of the Mughals over Hemu, the general and chief minister of Adil Shah Suri. This brought most parts of Madhya Pradesh under the Mughal rule. With the weakening of Mughal control after Aurangzeb's death in 1707, the Marathas rose to power and took charge of Madhya Pradesh. The Third Anglo-Maratha War brought about the downfall of the Maratha Empire and established the supremacy of the British. All the sovereign states in the region became princely states of British India. In the years following the British rule, many freedom fighters rose in revolt against the British supremacy. The year 1857 saw the first war of independence to overthrow the British rule. The British were, however, successful in crushing all rebellions. The independence of India in 1947 brought about geographical changes across the country. In 1950, the state of Madhya Pradesh was created. And in 1956, it was expanded when the states of Madhya Bharat, Vindhya Pradesh and Bhopal were merged into it, while the Marathi-speaking region of Vidarbha, which included Nagpur, was ceded to the Bombay state. As part of the Madhya Pradesh Reorganization Act in November 2000, a certain part of the state was bifurcated to form the new state of Chhattisgarh. This is the history of Madhya Pradesh, our very own India Ka Dil.